I find that herbal practitioners, as well as wildcrafters, gardeners and gourmands, and botanical artists, that you're often deeply in love with the wondrous beauty and the amazing effects of plants in general. If asked about our favorites, it may be that we admire so many that it becomes hard to narrow it down to just a few of them. There is, however, for each of us, most likely a single particular green being that will either hold special significance or that will play a remarkable part in our unfolding healers' lives. Welcome, as always, to another episode of the Plant Healer's Path. And as always, I have to ask that if you find some value or benefit in these conversations, you'll please be so kind as I help these videos actually show up in people's searches. And you can do that by mashing your like button, leaving a comment below, and especially by sharing the links to these videos with your friends through your own social media. Now, similar to what's called someone's animal familiar, totem, or guide, that special plant of yours might be for you an ancient towering redwood, or perhaps a gnarly limbed cedar that you always go to, sit beneath for counsel or for solace. Or your special plant might serve as a symbol or as an example or even as a role model, like a lowland oak whose strength and fortitude you strive to embody, or maybe the prickly wild rose that you identify with so much, that exemplary bramble that no weed whacker or street paver can ever hold down. Your ally could have roots or petals that you make sure you're carrying with you whenever you go somewhere, nestled inside your deer hide medicine bag. Or you may be known for decorating your home, your computer, or your clothing with its evocative leaf and image. Your special plant's distinction could be a matter of timing, with it having made some unexpected appearance, revealing itself to you during a pivotal moment of transition or in a time of great need. Perhaps you've noticed it right there, close after some painful breakup, or close on a day that your child was born, or while celebrating a hard-earned accomplishment or a milestone event. Your special plant may have proven to be a crucial catalyst or an important facilitator. It might trigger a shared experience that brings you and your sweetheart closer together, or perhaps develop into the botanical emblem of some alliance or cause that you pledged yourself to. More often, its company, its appearance, or its smell even may have triggered a helpful shift in your thinking at some point, or maybe has propelled the flow of new ideas or provided some realization that's brought you much needed peace. For those of you that are herbalists, your special plant is likely defined by its healing effects, of course. You might be walking a park path when a certain weed seems to call out for your attention, beckoning with its branches in the evening winds. You may not be able to resist a sniff and a taste, and after looking it up in your plant identification books, it might turn out to be exactly the medicine that you most need to help a friend or a client. You could have retreated atop a sunlit hill, trying to calm and gather yourself after weeks of unsuccessfully treating some bedeviling health problem of your own, only to then discover that you had sat down right amongst the exact kinds of flowers that will end up healing you. Your special ally could even be that one medicine plant that saved your life when you couldn't find anything or anybody else that could help. It may be a plant that you've yet to be introduced to. Or on the other hand, it could be one that you've been familiar with for years and years, but are only now just coming to really hear, embrace, learn from, and connect with. Seek out and then feel out those plants that seem to convey the deepest or most urgent meaning to you. And look again at the many plants that you already work with or walk amongst. Consider how they relate to you and your purposes, what they seem to symbolize, the songs that they seem to sing, the knowing that they share, the responses they suggest, the hopes and the dreams they excite. It's not just a species that you find interesting or beautiful. Rather, it's an instrumental and irreplaceable significator, extremely relevant, inevitably influential, utilizable, and unforgettable. Once you're sure of yours, celebrate, for God's sake. Take inspiration from it as needed, in the best of times and in the most difficult or perplexing of situations. Every busy and every restful night. It is your truth teller and your teacher. It is your helper and light bearer. It is your agent and icon, and it is your friend, your own personal herbal ally.